All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're exploring the very core of who you are in the Foreverwar. When reality itself starts to come apart at the seams, who are you going to be? Let's dive into the classes of the Continuum and figure that out. So it all kicks off right here. And I mean right here. We're not talking about picking stats on a character sheet. No. It starts with this moment of pure heart-pounding panic. You're ripped out of your normal everyday life and thrown into something, well, something impossible. Something that's right there in your room. This isn't just backstory, folks. This is your awakening. And that awakening, it completely changes you. You're not just a student or a mechanic or whoever you were on Earth anymore. Now, you're something else. You're a Fatemarked. So what in the world does that actually mean? Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the key thing to remember. You were just a regular person. And then the Foreverwar, it found you. And now you've got this potential to literally mess with the fabric of reality itself. You are the main character in this story, and every single choice you make is going to send ripples out across all these different dimensions. This is the bedrock, the foundation for everything else you're about to become.
So before you go all in on a specialty, you've got this really fundamental choice to make. You can actually choose to stay unaligned, be a real wild card in this whole Foreverwar. That's the path of the adventurer. And trust me, it's a super interesting and powerful option all by itself.
Right, look at this. This really lays it all out. On one hand, you've got the advanced classes. We'll get to those in a sec. Think of them as specialists, masters of one single thing. They've got these deep wells of power for their specific theme. But the adventurer? The adventurer is the total opposite. They are the ultimate MacGyvers of the Continuum. They're the ones who can try anything, improvise some crazy solution, and just pull a win out of nowhere with a bit of duct tape and sheer willpower. When every specialist is stumped, when they've all hit a brick wall, the adventurer is the one who finds a way to climb over it, dig under it, or just knock a hole straight through it. They're unbound, they're unpredictable, and they are absolutely a force to be reckoned with.
But hey, what if you want that specialization? What if you want to go deep on one single powerful path? Well, you can. Let's kick things off with the classes that are all about high-tech gear and tapping into the raw, wild energy of the Continuum.
Whoa, okay, look at these three. First up, the Biomatrix Suit. It's not just armor, it's basically your own personal thinking Iron Man suit. You're constantly managing its energy cells, right? So it's this tactical puzzle. Do I fire the big plasma cannon now, or do I save that juice for life support if things go south? And the coolest part? It learns from you, develops a personality, and becomes a real partner. Then you have the Gunrunner. These guys are the ultimate mercs. They've got their own pool of credits to buy exclusive high-tech gear. Every time you use a gadget, you're making a choice. Spend the cash for a guaranteed win or save it for later, all while your own AI is feeding you intel. And finally, the Continuum Raider. I mean, come on. These folks weaponize chaos itself. They use their bioenergy to fuel these insane mutations. It's totally high risk, high reward, because you're basically burning your own life force to instantly grow claws or sprout wings. Wild stuff.
All right, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving away from tech and raw energy. The next group of classes, they work with a different kind of power. We're talking about twisting perception, bending luck, and even changing the very shape of their own bodies.
This table really shows you how different the approach is. Take the Faterunner. They're not a mage, not really. They just spend fate points to cause lucky breaks. They're nudging probability so that, a random bullet just happens to hit the bad guy's one weak spot, or the escape door just happens to be unlocked. Then you've got the Harlequin, who's basically a master of misdirection. They spend their fate to turn the whole battlefield into their own personal stage play, making enemies shoot at shadows and question what's even real. And then there's the Shape. This one is intense. Their power source, Pathos, is literally their own identity. Every time they morph into some monster or slip into a new form, they're spending a little piece of themselves. It's an incredible power, but it comes with this terrifying risk that one day you might just forget how to change back.
Okay, and for our final set of advanced classes, we're looking at a different kind of mastery. One path looks inward, one looks outward at the very code of reality, and one looks into the shadows to make some very interesting deals.
So these are the masters of control. The warrior's chi pool, it's not just a mana bar. Think of it as their inner focus, their balance. Every incredible feat they pull off costs them some of that focus, and they have to get it back through pure discipline. The mage. Wow, the mage is on another level. They literally see the source code of reality. Their power, qualia, is their ability to understand that code. So when they cast a spell, they're spending some of that understanding to actually rewrite the rules of the universe. It's a huge mental strain that can kind of disconnect them from the world they just changed. And the Mosque. They use a power called Infernium, which comes from a pact with these strange, chaotic beings. When they summon a monster, it's not just a spell. They're strengthening that dangerous bond, basically inviting these echoes of their own will to have more and more say over them. Pretty spooky. Okay, so you've picked your path. You're a gun runner loaded with tech, a mage rewriting reality, or a warrior with perfect discipline. You've got your powers, you've got your goal. But that's not everything. There's one last crucial piece of the puzzle. And the answer to that is a big, resounding no. See, when you awaken as a Fatemarked, you don't just get powers, something else manifests. Something that, well, it's a part of you, but is also not you. It's a companion, born from your own untapped potential. This is what's known as a fate-bound ally, or FBA for short. And let's be super clear, this is not a pet. It's not a summon you boss around. It is a literal piece of your soul, given physical form. It represents your core beliefs, your alignment, everything you could be. It's your partner, and honestly, it's your conscience, out there in all the chaos. And this right here is what makes them so, so different. Your FBA is not a tool. It's a character. It's your character reflected back at you. So let's say you're a really chaotic person, but you try to do something super orderly and selfless. Your FBA might just say, nope, not happening. It can actually defy you. And why? Because by defying you, it's reminding you of who you really are. It's this shared consciousness, this constant conversation you're having with the person you're on your way to becoming. And, that's the real journey here, isn't it? The goal isn't just to get good with your powers or beat the big bad guy. It's about reaching that point where you and your potential finally sync up, where the person you are right now and the person you could be, they become the exact same thing. So the real question is, who is your reflection going to be?